Welcome back to Cruise News with Joe and Donna, brought to you by Travel 1609. It is really shaping up to be quite the year for cruise fans, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. 2025 is packed. So many new ships hitting the water.
Yeah, remarkable number. So if you want let's say, the inside track on what's new and cutting edge in cruising right now.
You've come to the right place.
Exactly. We've done the digging to give you a hopefully concise and engaging look at the most important, the most anticipated ship launches this year.
And it's a good mix. Some have already set sail. Others are still coming up. We're current as of today, April 26, 2025.
Perfect. So you get the full picture for the year so far and what's still ahead.
It's genuinely a fascinating time. What really strikes me is just how different these ships are.
Different in what way?
Well, you see different priorities. Some are pushing hard on greener tech like LNG power.
Right, that seems to be a big trend.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Others are really doubling down on unique experiences on board or tailoring ships for specific groups, families, solo travelers, adult only.
Hmm.
Really diverse.
Okay, let's dive in then. A pretty big story this year involves Carnival Cruise Line. They've added not one, but two ships.
That's right. Though maybe not brand new builds for them. They've brought two former P&O Australia ships into the fold.
Ah, okay. Which ones?
Pacific Encounter and Pacific Adventure. They officially became Carnival Encounter and Carnival Adventure back in March.
So a fleet expansion for Carnival.
Exactly. It's part of their strategy, seems like, to broaden their reach, maybe cater to that market specifically.
And I remember hearing something about the send-off for Pacific Adventure in Sydney. Sounded quite dramatic.
It was. Fireworks, fireboats. A really big spectacle.
Quite a farewell.
Yeah, very emotional too, apparently. It marked the end of P&O Cruises in Australia after, over 90 years.
Wow, that's a long history.
It really is. So the visuals, the fireworks, the water cannons, it underlined the significance.
Any hitches with the transition?
Well, interestingly, Pacific Encounter's final P&O trip got a bit messed up by Tropical Cyclone Alfred. Couldn't get back to Brisbane as planned.
Ah, nature always gets the last word, doesn't it?
Sometimes, yeah. Even during big planned events.
So you said these weren't brand new builds for Carnival. Where did they come from before P&O?
Right. They have a bit of history. Before P&O got them in 2021, they sailed for Princess Cruises.
Oh, which princess ships?
They were the Golden Princess and the Star Princess. So yeah, seasoned vessels getting a new lease on life with Carnival.
Okay, so they come with established infrastructure, just getting the Carnival treatment now.
Pretty much.
How big are they compared to, say, other Carnival ships?
They're Grand Class ships, so around 109,000 gross registered tons each.
And what does that translate to size-wise in the Carnival context?
It puts them roughly in the same ballpark as Carnival's Conquest class ships, so pretty substantial, but maybe not mega ship huge, a familiar size for many Carnival cruisers.
Gotcha. And they just started sailing as Carnival ships at the end of March.
Yep, March 29th was the first sailing under the Carnival banner for both.
Okay, so if you're thinking of booking one of these, what's the vibe? Is it full fun ship mode?
Oh, definitely. You can expect all the classic Carnival stuff, those high-energy deck parties.
The ones you hear from across the water?
Maybe. Lots of activities for everyone, the comedy shows they're known for. The Fun Squad will be there, leading the charge.
And the theme nights.
Oh, yeah. 80s rock and glow, the Silent White Hot Night, Elegant Night. All the signatures are planned. And for kids, the Turtles Kids Club is there too.
Okay, crucial question. Food. What about the food? Specifically, the free stuff.
Right. Important. Good news on the pizza front. Unlimited complimentary pizza is available daily. Looks like 11 a.m. to 4 p.m.
A cruise ship essential for many.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's also interesting what they're keeping from the P&O days.
Oh, like what?
They're retaining some P&O favorites. The Byron Beach Club, which was kind of an exclusive area.
Okay.
The Edge Adventure Park for the thrill seekers. And, importantly, the Luke Mangan restaurants.
Ah, Luke's Bar and Grill, Angela's, Dragon Lady, those are staying.
Yes, those specialty dining spots are remaining. Even the New Zealand natural ice cream is staying, though that's extra cost.
Interesting. So it's a blend, some P&O flavor kept, mixed with the Carnival fun.
Exactly. A nod to their history, maybe keep some loyal P&O cruisers happy too.
But what about some of the absolute Carnival staples, like the free soft-serve ice cream, swirls?
Ah, yeah. Notably, it seems swirls won't be on these two, at least initially.
And the big one, Guy's Burger Joint.
Also appears to be absent on Carnival Encounter and Adventure. Instead of Guy's, it looks like Luke's Bar and Grill will handle the burgers, salads, hot dogs, but for an extra charge there.
Okay, so a key difference there for people expecting the usual Carnival freebies. Good to know.
Definitely something to be aware of. It's a strategic choice, seems like, balancing the brands.
Makes sense. Now, looking further out for Carnival, these are additions, but what about totally new ships designed as Carnival ships from the keel up?
Right. Their last brand new one was Carnival Jubilee, late 2023. They are planning ahead, though. The next new build is expected in 2027.
What kind of ship will that be?
It'll be another Excel-class ship, the fourth one. And then after that, starting in 2028, they've got plans for even bigger ships.
Bigger than Excel class.
Oh, yeah. Around 230,000 gross registered tons. That's putting them squarely in competition with Royal Caribbean's Oasis class and MSC's world-class mega ship territory.
Okay, so Carnival's definitely got big ambitions. But let's zoom back into 2025. It's not just Carnival making moves. This year's packed.
Absolutely brimming. Lots of different lines, lots of innovation.
So let's broaden out. What are some of the other key ships making waves this year?
Okay, well, we already saw TUI Cruises launch Mein Schiff Relax back in March.
Right, the German line.
Yep. First of their new Intuition class. Big focus there is LNG power, so cleaner fuel.
That environmental angle again.
Exactly. And a strong wellness theme on board. Lots of balcony cabins, apparently, including quite a few designed for solo travelers. That's a growing market.
Good to see solo options increasing. What else launched early this year?
MSC Cruises. They launched MSC World America just recently, April 12th.
Ah, the second world-class ship.
Yes, but the first one that's really dedicated to the U.S. market, it's sailing Caribbean itineraries.
Also LNG?
Also LNG powered. And it's got some eye-catching features like that cliffhanger swing ride over the side of the ship.
Sounds intense.
Yeah. And being a sister to World Europa, you can expect similar things like the microbrewery, gin bar, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Big focus on North America for MSC with this one.
Makes sense. Huge market. Okay, who else? Norwegian.
Norwegian Cruise Line, yes. They launched Norwegian Aqua on March 28th.
This is the Prima Plus class, slightly bigger than Prima.
That's the one. First to the Prima Plus class, the standout feature everyone's talking about is the Aqua Slide Coaster.
The water slide roller coaster hybrid.
Yeah, they're billing it as the world's first. Sounds like quite a thrill.
Definitely different. What else is notable about Aqua?
They've expanded the Haven complex,
Yeah.
their exclusive suite area, bigger pool decks too, and again, more rooms for solo travelers.
Seeing a pattern with the solo cabins.
Definitely a trend. Lines are realizing there's demand there.
All right, moving on to the giants. Royal Caribbean. They always make noise.
Indeed. After the huge launch of Icon of the Seas last year, they're following up with Star of the Seas.
Launching when?
August 31st is the plan. Second Icon-class ship.
And expected to be the biggest in the world, again.
That's the projection, yes. Taking the title. It'll also use LNG, like Icon, but also incorporating fuel cell technology, another step towards greener operation even at that massive scale.
And feature-wise, similar to Icon.
Expect very similar groundbreaking stuff. The surfside neighborhood for families, the aqua theater shows, that incredible number of places to eat and drink over 40.
Wow, where will it sail?
Caribbean itineraries and a Port Canaveral.
Right.
And you can bet it'll be making plenty of stops at Perfect Day at Coco Cay.
Of course. Okay, switching gears a bit. Virgin Voyages. They're still pretty new overall.
Yep, they're adding their fourth ship, Brilliant Lady, scheduled for September 5th.
Still adults only.
Absolutely, that's their niche. It'll be pretty much identical to her sister ships, Scarlet, Valiant, Resilient Lady.
So, lots of balconies, the rock star quarters.
Exactly. Complimentary dining everywhere, the focus on wellness, fitness, those unique shows, consistency across their fleet.
Makes sense for building a brand. What about Princess Cruises? You mentioned their older ships moving to Carnival. Are they getting new ones?
They are. Launching September 26th is the Star Princess.
Another Star Princess. Didn't that name just transfer?
Yes, recycling the name. This is the second ship in their new Sphere class, following Sun Princess, also LNG powered.
And what can we expect on board?
Similar features to Sun Princess, lots of bars, restaurants, high percentage of balcony cabins, and those sort of terrace deck areas at the bow and stern.
Sounds lovely. Celebrity Cruises, they've been rolling out the Edge class.
They have. And the fifth one, Celebrity XL, launches November 18th.
Still Edge class, but any changes?
They're saying it has a more eco-friendly engine design. And notably, they've doubled the number of single staterooms, the Edge single staterooms.
More solo love.
Seems so. Also an expanded retreat area, their Suite Enclave. And they're teasing some kind of new, game-changing experiences on board, but haven't revealed details yet.
Ooh, intriguing. Where will XL sail?
It'll do both Europe and Caribbean itineraries.
Okay, last but definitely not least, Disney Cruise Line. Big year for them, too.
Huge year. 2 new ships. First up is Disney Destiny, launching November 20th.
Third in the Wish class.
That's right. The theme for Destiny is heroes and villains. So expect spaces inspired by, like, Marvel Pirates of the Caribbean.
Sounds fun. Any specific new things?
Yeah, new dining venues, like one themed around the Lion King called Pride Lands, and a brand new stage show based on Disney Hercules.
Cool. And the second Disney ship.
This one's really interesting. Disney Adventure, launching December 15th. This is the ship that Disney acquired when it was partly built, the former Global Dream.
I remember that story, so it's going to be different.
Yes, and it's going to be their largest ship. Big news is where it's based. Singapore.
Singapore, wow, big move for Disney.
Definitely. It'll offer shorter cruises, 3, 4, and 5-night itineraries, really marking a major expansion for them into the Asian market.
Okay, that is an incredible lineup for just 1 year. So just to clarify, as of right now, April 26th, which one is the absolute newest ship sailing?
Based on the launch dates we have, that would be MSC World America. She started sailing April 12th, so she currently holds the title.
Got it. But by the end of 2025,
It could well be Disney Adventure, potentially being the last major launch in mid-December.
and you'd have to say Star of the Seas, launching in August, is probably the one generating the most buzz just due to its sheer size and being the next Icon-class ship.
Oh, for sure. The scale alone makes it a massive event. But really, 2025 is it's such a dynamic year. So much choice.
Yeah, you've got everything from these mega resorts packed with features to adults-only boutique experiences, ships focused on wellness, the themed Disney magic.
Exactly. There's likely a new ship launching this year that fits almost any cruise style or preference you can think of.
It really does get you thinking, doesn't it? With all this stuff, LNG, fuel cells, hybrid coasters, themed lands at sea. What's possibly next?
Right.
Beyond even these amazing new ships, what could the next big thing in cruising even look like? Are we talking completely different ship designs or maybe crazy new destinations?
That is the million-dollar question, isn't it? The industry keeps evolving so fast. Technology pushes things. Passenger desires change. Maybe we'll see, I don't know, even more integration of AI or VR on board. Or completely sustainable expedition ships. Or routes to places we haven't even considered cruising to before.
Who knows? Maybe underwater lounges become standard.
Haha, maybe. The possibilities are pretty wild to think about.
Definitely something for you to ponder. What does the future of cruising hold beyond 2025? Well, that wraps up our deep dive into the newest cruise ships making waves this year. Thanks so much for joining us on this little tour.